Hey, Chad, I'm in the kitchen with Chef Rene Coronado from Pollito con Papas.
Good
Did I
morning.
say that all right? Good morning.
Yes, you
Thank you
did.
so much for joining us.
You're
So,
welcome.
what are we making today?
So we're going to make a Peruvian stuffed potato, which
Okay.
is a little bit labor intensive, but what we have basically is your pre-cooked potato with skin on it.
Okay.
Then it'll be converted into that, take the skin off, and then the next time we'll show you how to mash them down. But they come with red onions, raisins, a little bit of oil, salt, black pepper, a little turmeric powder mostly for color,
Okay.
garlic, and then we have our ají sauce, which is basically a blended chili sauce.
Okay.
That goes real well with the stuffed potatoes, well, pretty much with everything. And then we have the lime marinated onions, which, again, just to top it off.
And then chicken,
The chicken,
obviously.
absolutely. The most
So,
important
what have you
ingredient.
done to these potatoes so far?
Just basically boiled them. They're
Okay.
just pre-cooked. Once
Oh,
you can get
and then
a
you peel 'em
toothpick right
after
through
that?
them, then they're soft enough to be able to be mashed.
Okay.
Basically, they'll turn into just like basically a mashed potato. There's no other additional ingredients in there, so they're, like I said, 100% natural potatoes. There's no boxes or anything like that, and so they're pretty, like I said, a little bit labor intensive. Once the next few segments, when we start putting them together, you'll see that it's not that easy, but it's a lot of fun, and it's great for kids too. One thing I encourage people is a lot of times kids may be a little picky when they eat stuff, but when they make their own stuffed potatoes, they can put pepper. They can pretty much put anything in there.
Awesome.
So,
Well, I can't wait to get it started. So, we'll come back to you in just a little bit, but for now, we're going to send it over to Chad.
All right, we are in the kitchen with I was so proud of myself. Pollito con papas.
Papas, very good.
Yes, Chef
Absolutely.
Rene Coronado. So, Chef, what are we doing next? What's the next step in
we're
our
gonna get started with the
process?
stuffed potatoes, which is
Okay.
basically you have a pre-cooked potato. This you would basically just skin
Okay.
fairly easily. You'd have this at that point. You would press down with a fork or any type of really. Now, when they're hot, they're a lot easier to work with. But this
Gotcha.
is basically, so it's very simple. That's all you would do, and then that is basically your base. And then at that point, what we do is we just put a little bit of oil in the pan. Start off with chicken. We use 100% boneless, skinless thigh. I hand fillet every thigh that we grill.
Okay.
And the stuff that's little, the extras and everything with no fat is what we use for those. So it's kind of makes them, it's good quality.
Okay.
We got onions that go in here along with the kitchen, and then we have garlic.
Okay.
And depending on what you like, there's really a lot of variations you can do. You can use beef, ground beef, seafood. There's a turmeric powder, black pepper,
Great.
and then the final touch are raisins, just to give it a
Raisins.
little bit of
Fantastic.
a contrast.
All right, well, we're going to continue this dish when we come back in a few minutes. All right, it is shaping up to be a beautiful day here in Albuquerque. You might get some moisture later on today, but for now, gorgeous day, start of the day. We are here in the kitchen with Chef Rene Coronado from Pollito con Papas.
Pollito con
and
Papas.
we are making some stuffed potatoes.
Peruvian stuffed potatoes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you were just kind of giving us a rundown. Britt and I are excited to do
Can
this
I,
because we get to
can
play
I roll
with
it
food.
up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Basically, just take
How
about
do you
X amount in your
X
hand,
amount. Oh.
a little bit more.
No.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
And then all you want to do is kind of with your thumb,
Oh.
kind of like make a little indentation.
Uh-huh.
And then at that point, and these are a little bit smaller just just to make it easier to make. Typically, they're about the size of our hands.
Okay.
So you get that. So Phil.
And what are we
here's
putting in this?
This is chicken, but we had here before chicken, raisins, turmeric powder, pepper, garlic, onions. Then we use a light yuca flour
Okay.
coating. So there's no heavy batter, even though they're fried.
Gotcha.
So that's what makes them kind of unique.
And that stuffing is what is cooking right
Yes,
here
exactly.
on the
Mhm.
stove
We have some that's already made.
Okay, so
And
what
at that
happens
point,
after
you just
this?
grab another scoop there, and then you want
scoop.
to basically cover
Cover
that
it up. It's a little secret.
Exactly.
It's a little secret.
And you just
It's
kind
a
of keep
little
adding and
food
adding.
item.
Okay.
And what you want to do is you want to get them to be real smooth.
Oh.
No cracks or crevices. They have to be
Make it
tightly
smooth.
compressed.
Make it nice
Exactly.
around the food. Make
Or
it even.
if not, any little crack you have in these, and since it's such a light coating, they'll actually just go
They'll
all
just
over
fall
the flour.
apart, and then you get a
that's what
gigantic
makes them
mess
a
in
little,
the fryer.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And we have to stop and clean that up and continue.
We don't wanna-
Fortunately, that doesn't happen that often.
That's
anymore.
good. Well, that's what you
Watch,
got
it's-
the expert, Renee,
It's
preparing.
probably happening in
Yeah.
the background as we speak.
It doesn't happen that often, except on television. Yeah. So, Renee,
At that
tell
point,
us about...
wow.
Well, I
That
got
is
a wow.
about
really
your
good.
restaurant, Renee.
That is-
want to make sure that... Did you do well? Look
That's
at
really
that.
good.
Thank you. Very
Good
smooth.
job,
really
Brittany
good.
Soft and
Flowers.
smooth. Okay.
And I'll fry that up. Now, you want to do is just roll it around in the
Roll it
the
around.
the
Roll
yucca
around
flour.
in the
Exactly.
sand.
No, don't get cocky.
That is a good
I
looking
know.
stuffed
when you get
potato.
coffee, that's when you mess up.
That is a good looking
We take a
stuffed
lot of
potato.
pride with our food, and sometimes when you make a stuffed potato, it's like,
Yeah.
wow, you go show it off. It's like, wow, look at this one. That's
Well, so
one of
let's
those.
talk
That
about
would
the
qualify
restaurant.
for one of those.
You were saying you have a sort of a small menu, but
Very-
that gives the food just that extra love, that extra attention to make sure that it's really good.
It's like I always say, it's like, I mean, it's so simple, we have to take it very seriously
Yeah.
because you can't disappoint, with one or two items. It's
Right.
got to be perfect.
Right.
So we take all the time, my wife and I in the kitchen, and we make all the food, we make all the preparations, all the marinades, the stuffed potatoes. So there's a lot of love that goes into the food. We enjoy what we do.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's something, like I said, it's simple, but it's very good.
Yeah.
And you'll
Yeah,
see when you
that's
taste the
what
stuffed
matters. Yeah.
potatoes and the
Yeah,
thighs.
I was going to dive into this, but I thought that I'd let you guys see it first. Okay,
Yeah.
so once it's done,
Okay.
then it goes
Yeah,
into the
then come on
fryer,
over,
is
yeah,
that
you
right?
just
I'm
put it
so
on
proud
the
of this little potato.
It is,
Okay.
it's a good looking.
I just,
Just set it on there.
okay.
I'll hold that.
All right,
It goes
so
There you
in.
go.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
what we're going to do, set it
Here's a
right
towel.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got a
Thank you.
finished version here through the magic of TV. We got a finished version right over here, and you said you usually serve this with boneless chicken
You can
breast?
do you can do a combination of things. We're real flexible. Our menu has 7 different plates, but we have a lot of people who like white meat versus the thigh. The stuffed potatoes are obviously a lot larger over there. Here we're making just for make
Yeah,
it simple.
absolutely. All right.
But
well,
yeah,
Of course, we will have information on our website at casa.com under the Style tab about Pollito con Papas. When we come back, we're going to dive into this. I can't wait. The anticipation is
I know.
building. And by anticipation, I mean my hunger. We'll be right back.
all right.